Hello again, everybody. We have a very special treat, a sweet Italian treat to cook up today. And of course, with me to do this, I've got my beautiful brother-in-law and professional chef, Nazareno Cuglieri from Il Forno. So in my family tradition, we called these Italian donuts Sfinge, but in Naz's family tradition, they called them
Zeppole.
And every time our families get together, we have this conversation, which really turns into a debate, whether it's Sfinge or Zeppole. And really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because both of them, whatever it is, taste delicious. With that, we have got our teaspoon of the dry yeast, which we're going to mix in with a cup of warm water. We've got our flour. So just the plain flour?
Just the plain flour for the Zeppole.
We've got castor sugar, we've got some sultanas. Let's get to it. Naz, he's the real chef, he's the pro.
Okay, so we're going to start with the batter mix for the Zeppole, or Sfinge. I'm going to call them Zeppole. It's actually it's a Calabrian thing, so the Calabrians call them Zeppole and the Sicilians call them Sfinge. So we're going to do a cup, right? So normally, we've always been taught to do it by eye, so I've never really measured out the ingredients, but for today's little exercise, we're going to try and do it with some measurements. So I'm going to measure out a cup of plain flour into your bowl. There is the tablespoon of yeast. I'm just going to put that straight into the flour. And then we're going to get 1 cup of lukewarm water, okay? We may not use it all, we might use more. Let's just see how we go. I'm going to get Fiona to pour slowly, and I'm just going to whisk in the mix. Okay, you can pour. So this is a bit too wet, the mixture, so we're just going to add a little bit more flour. So I would say start with half a cup, Fiona.
Yep.
And just slowly put it in.
It's important that we get the consistency right. So perhaps explain that to our
Yeah, so what we're looking for is a very thick pancake mix, okay? And just make sure that you get all the lumps out. Importantly with this, because you've got yeast in it, you can't cook this straight away. You've got to let it rise. So normally what we would do is we just cover it with a tea towel.
One I prepared earlier.
And you put it in a warm place, normally on top of where you're cooking your stove. And you just let it rise for about half an hour or so.
We have a freshly picked basket of figs, Naz. Could we integrate figs?
Absolutely.
What would we do with these then?
So the beauty about this batter, the Sfinge mix, is that you have your traditional ones, but to that you can be inventive and creative, and you can add whatever you like to your Sfinge mix. So what we'll do is we'll chop up some fresh figs just in a dice, add it to the batter, and cook them that way, and then roll them in the sugar. Now, if you wanted to add a little bit of extra, you can add a little bit of cinnamon to your sugar mix, so it gives it that cinnamon flavour. There's lots of different variations to this recipe. So that's the jam of the fig, you want to call it that?
This is a first time for me. I haven't had fig, Sfinge or Zeppole before.
So just mash it up, and you can put that through. So you get your batter mix and just spoon it into your jet frying oil. This one is the one with the figs.
Here are the Sfinge with the sultanas. So we've got Sfinge, one came out. We've got the Sfinge with the sultanas. We have Sfinge here with the figs. And we give that a good mix. in the castor sugar. And voila, we have our Sfinge if you're from Sicily, or Zeppole if you're Calabrian. And I think it's only proper that I give them a little taste. Mmm.